Hey everyone, welcome back to the A15 Sports Podcast. We're here. We're excited for the NFL Week 1 games. That's what we're going to talk about on today's episode. Is we're going to give our rundown and our picks of each of the games this week. Very exciting weekend of college football. I don't know if anybody paid much attention to that, but Colorado with the big win over TCU. Baylor lost to Texas State. Clemson lost last night. It was a pretty good weekend of football, and we can't wait for more of it going forward. So first game we got, Jake, I'll give you the floor. We got Detroit at Kansas City. Kelsey's not playing, and Chris Jones doesn't look like he's going to be playing either in that game. Their defensive lineman,
I'm
and
gonna look up the spreads for all
it's
these games.
minus 5 Kansas City.
Still,
Yeah,
that's even after Kelsey.
that's what ESPN's got. So
I'm still gonna take Kansas City. They're at home. It's hard to beat Kansas City and Arrowhead, right? I mean, I'd like to know Patrick Mahomes' record at home. It's probably
well
pretty
above
good.
probably 700 or 800.
Probably pretty good. That's why I'm gonna take them. I think Detroit's going to be good, but I just don't know that they win Week 1 in Kansas City.
Do you think they blow them out?
No. Then again, Kansas City always wins a lot of games like really close. So
yeah,
I don't know that this could be a sleeper game, but I'm taking the Chiefs at home.
Yeah, when the day first started today, I had the Chiefs, but then I saw the Travis Kelce news with the hyperextended knee, and he's most likely going to miss this game. So
5.5.
With that being said, I'm going to take Detroit, not the spread, just Detroit to win. I'm going to take Detroit.
I don't know that I would. I don't know that I'd take the spread either.
Yeah. Up next, we got Carolina at Atlanta, a game between two teams who were not that good last year.
Yeah.
Atlanta's got Desmond Ridder at starting quarterback. Carolina's got number 1 overall pick Bryce Young. Atlanta's got Bijan Robinson out of Texas. They drafted in the first round.
I mean,
I just took Atlanta because they're at home.
This feels like a pick. This feels like a pick'em game.
So I took Atlanta on that one. Who you got?
I think I like Carolina. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know. Wow. I think you know what? I'm gonna go with Atlanta.
Because they're at home?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Young starting his first game. I mean that he might have some jitters.
Yeah.
Who knows?
It'll be a weird matchup, and
I mean there's not much to say about this game. I don't know anything about either team.
I know some of the players just because of fantasy football, but I mean Atlanta's still got their same head coach from last year. I think Carolina's got a new head coach this year.
I guess they still got Pitts, right?
Yeah, he wasn't very good last year. They didn't really have him as part of the offense. But we both got Atlanta on this one. Up next, we got Cincinnati at Cleveland. Joe Burrow's going to be playing, but you don't know Cleveland.
Healthy? I mean,
Cleveland might be good this year. I mean, they have a decent roster when you look at it on paper.
Yeah.
And I guess the last 6 times they played Cincinnati, the Browns are 5-1. But
so
I took Cincinnati.
Have their number.
Yeah, I took the Bengals.
Cleveland's definitely talented. I mean, you've got Hunt right in the backfield.
No, he's gone. You got Chubb, Watson, Amari Cooper.
So who's their backup? Because I always remember last year.
Well, it was Hunt, but he's not there anymore.
I think I'm gonna take Cleveland.
Okay.
Which is the upset. Cincinnati's favored by 2.5, so I guess it would be an upset.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Cleveland. I think they get off to a good start at home. Dog pound. Yeah, I think they play well. That'll be an interesting week 1 game.
So yeah, and do you think that Deshaun will play a lot better than he did last year? Because last year he was pretty bad.
Yeah, well, I mean he had a whole summer of, training everything. Yeah, this might be one of the most interesting games of Week 1, to be completely honest with you.
Yeah, it could be up there.
Because I think both teams can be good. We know Cincinnati's the favorite, right, to probably get to the AFC Championship game.
I think Kansas City.
And probably them to play them.
Yeah.
So this is a chance for Cleveland to kind of say, hey, we're here. kind of just like the Dolphins too with the Bills. So yeah, that's a good game. That probably that will be the game I watch probably.
Yeah.
Before the Dolphins.
Up next, we got Jacksonville versus Indianapolis, and obviously we saw how well Jacksonville ended their season last year.
Wow.
The progress of Trevor Lawrence, Doug Peterson coming is in as the head coach, and then you got the Colts adding Anthony Richardson. You're not going to have Jonathan Taylor. I got Jacksonville.
I got the Jags too. I think Jacksonville could be a good team, sleeper team.
Yeah.
Everyone talks about Kansas City, Cincinnati, and Buffalo, but you might see a mix-up, and Jacksonville might be up there. I think they're good.
Yeah, I agree.
They showed some flashes last year too. I know they beat Baltimore at home. I remember
they nearly
game.
took down the Chiefs. I mean, they made that game pretty competitive in the playoffs.
Yeah, Tampa Bay at holy shit.
Up next, we got Tampa Bay at Minnesota. Love Baker. He's starting this year for the Bucs, but I got Minnesota winning this one at home.
Yeah, see, this is kind of
the Skull chants are going to be very loud.
Well, and this is kind of Packer and Bears fans are kind of like fuck because Minnesota's going to be 1-0.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's you never want. You're always rooting against your division opponent, but
yeah,
it's gonna be really. I just don't see it. I'm surprised it's only 6. Because I don't think he's that good. And I think Tampa Bay struggled. Last year.
Yeah.
And then you slide him in there. Yeah, I got you know what? I got Minnesota, and I got Minnesota to cover the spread. I got Jacksonville to cover the spread too. I think Cleveland covers their 2.5 spread. Atlanta covers that, but I don't think Kansas City covers 5.5.
Okay.
We're gonna do spreads.
Up next, we got Titans at the Saints. A couple of new additions for both teams this year. The Titans added Hopkins, and the Saints added Derek Carr, but they're going to be without Alvin Kamara for the first 3 games. But the Saints.
Oh.
But they're at home, so I'm going to take New Orleans in that game at the Superdome.
Yeah, that is probably one of the top 5 hardest places to play at in the NFL. I don't know why, but it just seems to be that the Saints play good at home. I know they did under Drew Brees for years and Sean Payton, and I just think that has continued a little bit. So I'll take them at home.
Okay.
The spread.
What is it?
3.
-3 Saints.
3. Yeah, that's only a field goal.
Yeah.
I'd probably take the Saints cover. Now this is an interesting game because how's Pittsburgh going to be this year?
Yeah. So up next we got San Francisco at Pittsburgh, which, as we were just talking about earlier, is a very hard place to play.
Oh, another tough place to play.
Kenny Pickett's been the starter there for a year now in Pittsburgh, got some experience. You got George Pickens, got another year under his belt. They still got Deontay Johnson. They really switched up their offensive line. I don't know how much better it's going to be than it was last year, but TJ Watt will come back. And obviously San Francisco is loaded, but Nick Bosa, as of right now, is not playing in this game because they haven't
Do you trust what's his name?
They haven't come to an agreement on his contract extension. Purdy?
Yeah,
I took Pittsburgh at home. I personally think that'd be an upset, just based on San Francisco's history the past couple of years. But I took Pittsburgh.
Really, really good.
It is.
Yeah, but
Tomlin's a great head coach.
He's a great head coach. And they're gonna be waving those goddamn stupid yellow fucking terrible towels. I hope San Francisco wins. I'm taking the Niners.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking the Niners. I think they're really well coached too.
They are.
And that would help the Dolphins because, you only get 3 wild card teams.
I think, yeah.
So, Pittsburgh's going to be around at the end of the season. So, any loss they can get is going to help them.
Since Tomlin's been there, they've never been below 500. And I think
he's a great coach.
I think the AFC North is going to be the hardest division in football. One of. Next to the AFC.
The AFC East, too.
East.
Well, you got the Bills, Jets, and Dolphins.
Yeah.
And a lot of people like the Patriots. I don't. A lot of people do.
I think the Patriots are going to be bad. But
I hope you're right. Which game?
Okay, up next, we got.
So that was San Francisco was favored, right?
Yeah.
By 2.5.
Yeah.
Okay, so next we got Arizona at Washington. which is Washington. Washington's favored by 7. Wow, that's the biggest spread of the week
Well,
right now.
Kyler Murray's not playing. They added Eric Bieniemy, who, as we all know, is a really good offensive coordinator.
What's wrong with Murray?
He tore his ACL last year.
Oh, fuck,
He's
he's
not going to be there for probably the first 4 to 6 weeks.
Oh, their season's over. Yeah, I'm taking Washington.
So I'm taking Washington, and I know the spread's 7, but I think Arizona is going to be god awful this year, and I think Washington probably covers that.
Yeah, I think they cover that too. I think Washington wins pretty soundly.
I think Washington's offense is going to be significantly better than it was last year too.
They might be a good team.
Yeah.
Um,
They're in a tough division.
they're in a tough division.
But I think they can be relevant, which they haven't been in a couple of years.
We got the biggest spread is next. Wow.
Houston at Baltimore. I'm sure Jake took the Ravens, as did I.
Yeah, I took the Ravens. I mean, I almost think they probably cover 10 too. I don't think
10.
I don't think I'd take it, but I think Baltimore will win by 10. But 10 points is a lot.
Yeah.
And it's week 1, so a lot of games probably stay close for a while.
Yeah.
But I think they win by more than 10.
Do you think the offense will be a lot more explosive with Lamar coming back?
Oh yeah,
healthy, and Odell.
They will probably be a top 5 offense this year in the NFL.
Lucas was saying he likes Stroud and he thinks Houston might be somewhat decent this year. I don't know.
I don't know.
I
guess the only thing I could say to that is they play in the AFC South, so I don't know that a team's going to have 12 or 13 wins. Right? You got the Colts.
The Jags.
They suck. The Jags. Well, I think the Jags.
I think the Jags are going to be good.
I think they win the division. You got the Jags, and then you have who we're talking about right now, right? Houston. Who's the 4th team?
Titans.
We said Titans.
Yeah. Well, we just listed them all.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, sure. So you're talking that Houston gets 6 games versus those teams. Yeah, they go 4-2 in those 6 games.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? Yeah, I think we both got Baltimore, obviously.
Up next, big game for both of these teams. I'll be at this game.
Yeah, I can't.
Going undercover. I'm a bit of a homer, but I took the Packers. I don't think that the Bears on paper are much of a better team than us. Everybody just looks at Fields, and I'm not saying that Fields isn't good. Like, he can run better than almost anybody in the league.
Yeah,
but
I get it.
We'll see what happens this year. If the Packers win this game, I tell you what, Bears fans will. If the Packers win this game and Jordan Love looks great, I don't know how Bears fans are going to feel. That's just what I said
in the last video.
The Bears are favored by 10?
No, 1.
Oh, okay.
Good point. That's what I said last video we made. If the Packers win this game, Bears fans should not go to work Monday, and they need to rethink, because, this is the time. This is the time for the Bears to beat the Packers. Yeah. I'm sorry. It is. But as to attest to your point, Vegas has it as a pick'em.
Yeah.
Because normally the home team's favored by 3.
Mm-hmm.
And they're favored by 1. I don't even know if that's favored.
Yeah, it was more of a pick 'em when I was looking at them earlier.
So I'm taking the Bears. I'm a little bit higher on the Bears than Cole probably is. I just think, watching quarterbacks that run, you can't stop them. Look at the Ravens. Every year they're really good because how crazy is Lamar in the pocket?
He's
even Mahomes in the pocket, with how banged up he is anymore. He still, when you got a quarterback that can run, I want nothing to do with that team. I don't want nothing to do with that team, because you could have that guy. You think you got him lost, and then he's fucking gone for 25 yards. And that is going to happen Sunday.
No, it will. Sorry. It will.
Unless the Packers come with an A. They're going to come with an A+ game plan, right? That's what they're going to say. It's different when you're out there and when you miss tackles. I just think the Bears roll at home. There's going to be a lot of Packer fans there. But
you think they're going to roll? Like, you think they're going to dominate the Packers? Like, what do you consider that? A touchdown by a touchdown or two?
I just think the Bears win by a touchdown. I think they roll. I think that offense is really good. And what the Packers can do is slow the game down, right, by running the ball. look for the Packers.
Aren't the Bears
right?
probably going to run the ball a lot too?
Probably, but Justin Fields is probably going to be running the ball a lot too. But I'm talking about the Packers need to obviously hand the ball off, slow the game down, and keep Justin Fields off the field. That is how they'll win. But I don't see it. I don't.
You don't see any way how Green Bay wins that game.
No, I don't. Just because, I mean, look, I listen to 670 all the time. You know, we all hang out. Most of our friends are Bears fans.
Yeah.
Social media, like, which is good for you. They're hyping them up. And a lot of times the team gets hyped up, they shit the bed. At least I know that's what Illinois did Saturday. They shit the fucking bed and somehow won. Anyways, yeah, I got the Bears. Cole's got the Packers.
It'll be interesting to come back and talk about this next week on what happens.
Yeah, and I'm not, like I said, I don't think it's going to be unheard of, right? For the Packers to win. I just think it's going to be, they're going to really have to play good football, no turnovers, and they got to have to run the ball a lot. And if they're going to win, Love will have to beat the Bears over the top. Can he do it?
We'll see.
We'll
I
see.
mean, it's just, in a lot of ways, you can consider it his first.
I would agree.
It's his first real start as being the starter.
Yes, I would agree.
So, up next, we got Vegas at Denver. Vegas added Jimmy G, but I'm taking Denver at home. I know Russell Wilson was pathetic last year. Sean Payton's made some comments in the offseason, but it's at Denver. Well, you know, you got the different type of
elements.
Yeah, it's different elements up there. Harder to breathe. I'm taking Denver in that game.
I would take the Broncos as well. I think they're obviously going to be way better coached under Sean Payton, and I kind of think Russell Wilson is going to get better. Dare I say he comes back to himself? I don't know. That might be something that we got to wait, but he's definitely going to play better, and the Broncos will be better. They did lose Jerry Jeudy, and I think they lost. Didn't they lose somebody else, a really good player?
Did they lose what? Judy, I think, might still play week 1. I'm not concerned. I'm not 100% for sure on that, but
I think he's out, and I think they lost another good player too. Because Ryan texted me. Let me see if I can find it. Ryan texted me about them losing somebody. Von
Miller's on the Bills.
Yeah,
and he's not playing.
Oh, so he's out week 4 when the Dolphins play the Bills. Okay, I was thinking he was talking about the Broncos.
But yeah, we both got Denver in this game.
Yeah. At 4, I don't know if I'd touch that spread though.
Pick a money line.
I probably would. Yeah, 4. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't touched that.
Up next, we got Philly at New England. A lot of the couple guys in ESPN today said this is their upset of the week. They're picking New England to beat Philly.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
One thing I want to say, I'm picking Philly.
I'm taking Philly.
I can't believe how much the media rides New England all the time. And
they're terrible
they're
last
bad.
year.
They're bad.
I mean, I don't know
they
what
added Zeke Elliott.
Did they get better?
No, I don't think so.
I mean,
unless you think Mac Jones is going to be really good, because I don't.
I'm so sick and tired of the fucking narrative too about New England. Like, Bill Belichick isn't just going to walk out on the field and be like, he can't play.
Yeah.
So I'm so sick of it. Well, they got Bill Belichick. Well, they got fuck him. I'm just
Philly
so
is
sick
the
of
better team. They were in the Super Bowl last year, and in my opinion, should have won.
I think Philadelphia wins, and I think they cover the spread by. I think they win by more than 4. I think they win by. They might win by 10. Yeah. I think they roll New England. I really do.
Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown scorer.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts probably has 3 touchdowns. I think they win big. It's going to be close for a while because, like I said, week 1 games are always close until halftime.
Yeah.
And then in the second half, most of the teams pull away. Who are the better team?
Yeah.
Calvo, what up?
What's up?
Yeah. So, anyways,
Philly. I think Philly's going to roll.
I got spread too.
Here we go. We got Miami at the LA Chargers. I think it's going to be a shootout.
Could be a shootout.
It's at LA. I'm sure Miami fans are going to travel very well. Yeah. But I'm taking the Chargers.
I hear a lot of people saying it's already half and half, and they haven't even played. That must be just how you can see ticket sales or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sometimes they ask you which team you're rooting
Miami
for
has
when you buy them.
A good California-based crowd. I don't know. This game scares the living shit out of me because Herbert, and he torched us last year. But Vic Fangio is the defense coordinator, so it's a whole different defense.
Yeah.
Who did you take?
I took the Chargers. I think they got a lot of weapons on both sides of the ball, as do the Dolphins.
Yeah, if it comes down to defense, I like the Dolphins with Fangio. I think they have an edge.
Okay.
But they may even have an edge offensively. I mean,
I don't. You could argue they got
Tyreek
Keenan
Hill
Allen.
Well, who are you taking?
Oh, yeah,
Tyreek Hill or Keenan Allen?
Well, I'm taking Tyreek Hill, but I thought you were talking about the Chargers.
No, and number 2 is Jalen Waddle, and
Mike Williams.
who are you taking?
Well, if I want a red zone touchdown, I'm going Mike Williams. But any other time, I'm taking Waddle.
So you're taking both.
But I mean, if we're taking running backs, I got
they're really good. Those are really two really great wide receivers. I wasn't saying they weren't.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I think the Dolphins are a little bit above.
Yeah.
But that don't mean shit. And
I would also say that Herbert is a little bit above Tua.
he's above Tua.
Wish you would have picked him back a couple of years ago.
I'm taking the Dolphins.
Okay, I'm taking the Chargers. We've definitely varied on a couple picks this week.
Yeah.
Up next, we got the Rams at Seattle. Cooper Kupp probably not playing. Matthew Stafford not getting along with his teammates because apparently they all look at their cell phones, and Matthew Stafford doesn't do that. And because he doesn't, he can't connect with his younger teammates. I don't know. It is what it is. But I like Seattle. The Geno Smith story, I'm not saying he's all that, but what he did last year was pretty good. They got a lot. They got a lot of good weapons in Seattle.
Well coached.
Offensively, well coached. It's in Seattle. Another tough place to win.
It's
a loud stadium.
Probably the hardest place to win at.
With all those factors, I got Seattle.
Yeah, I got Seattle. I think they even cover the spread.
Yeah.
I think they might be a decent team. I don't know if they're great because of Geno, but they're good enough to make the playoffs in that division. And I don't mean win it, but hang around.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Niners take the division.
Yeah, I got Seattle.
Yep. Sunday night, Dallas. Of course, Dallas gets a Sunday night game. I was reading that NBC said if they could, they would give Dallas every single Sunday night game because apparently that gets them the most views.
Well, of course, because they're America's team.
America's team hasn't won a championship since the
fucking 90s.
But with that being said, Dallas at New York, Saquon did come back to the Giants. They paid Daniel Jones a boatload of money, which I'm surprised he got that much. But everybody always has questions about Dallas. But when you go down and you go position by position, I'm taking Dallas. I think Dallas has got a better roster. I think they're a better team.
I don't know that they have a better running back, right?
Probably not. But I would say almost everywhere else they got to beat.
Saquon has a good game, though. If he goes for like 150, which he might, this is hard.
They have a good defense, though, Dallas. They got Micah Parsons and Diggs. They got a lot of good corners, some good linebackers.
They're good, but So you take Dallas.
I'm taking Dallas.
Yeah, I'll take Dallas as well. They'll squeak it out. They always fucking do.
I'd take Dallas by a field goal, too.
Probably. It's probably the game's probably going to be how it's won.
Yeah. And finally, Bills at the Jets, Monday Night Football.
How about those
Jake's going to love it.
Sunday night
first
Giants,
game as a Jet.
Monday night Jets. How about Monday for the city of New York?
Yeah.
Both rivals coming in, Dallas and Buffalo. Wow.
I got to give a lot of credit to the NFL. I think they have a lot of really good games.
I think they set it up really well. I mean,
there's a lot of good games week one.
There's a lot of great matchups.
Really, I think you take a look at Detroit, Kansas City. Everybody kind of started to fall in love with Detroit last year. Kansas City won it. I think that's a great game. Cincy at Cleveland, great game. Jacksonville and Indianapolis, a lot to a lot of people. That's a really good game. San Francisco, Pitt, Chicago, Green Bay. Yeah. We could just keep going, and then you get to Sunday.
Philadelphia and New England might. It might.
That's a good game to some people.
I think it's a good game. I think it might be a good game. I think Philly eventually rolls, but I don't know. Buffalo at New York. Wow. I'm going to take Buffalo. I think they're better.
I also took Buffalo.
I think Buffalo even wins by more than 2.5. I think it's going to be a phenomenal game.
Yeah.
But I just got Buffalo.
I got Buffalo. I do think the Jets are going to figure it out this year, and they're definitely going to be a tough team to beat. And it wouldn't surprise me if they do come in and win. this week 1 game.
Oh no,
But when
at
you,
home, you know
Yeah.
that stadium's gonna be fucking ready to go.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be tough, and Buffalo did lose week 1 last year
Yeah.
in Miami, so
And then the last 2 years, when you take a look at what Rodgers has done week 1, a lot of times he gets off to a slower start. So
and it's a new team,
new
new
team,
everything.
new players getting acclimated, and Buffalo's kind of been together for a couple of years now.
Yeah,
I got Buffalo as well.
I got Buffalo, and I think they win by more than 2.5.
Yeah, it's definitely a great week of games. Obviously,
Yeah, it's a good week 1.
I can't wait to talk about it next week, and hopefully the Packers win, and hopefully your Dolphins win, and we can come back and talk about that.
Yeah, well, I have a fucking fat. They might be 0-2.
Huh?
We might go 0-2 this week.
The Dolphins?
I'm saying the Dolphins.
Oh,
and Packers,
okay, yeah. Well, we could.
And it would be a bad week 1.
Yeah. But besides those games, the Cubs have been playing really good baseball, and they play tonight, and hopefully they can just keep it going.
How exciting have they been? They got to keep it going. It's playoff time. There ain't every game matters. Every move David Loss makes could come back to bite him. So he needs to not make David Loss moves. He needs to make David Ross moves, which is what he's been doing lately. So, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
So they got a big game. They start here in about 10 minutes. So,
yeah, we were trying to fly through this one, but we'll be back again later. We'll talk more about these games and the upcoming weeks about some other games too.
yeah.
So, hope everybody has a great week. We'll see you.